is going on, everybody? Welcome to Island Time Live. Let's see if we're working. If you guys can see me and hear me, please say something. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, perfect. My goodness, what a day. Most of you who follow us, you probably know this is a first. I could not sleep last night. I worked all day. My wife is a teacher, so she's here. Let's see. No audio, somebody said. Here we go. Okay. If you can't hear me, check your settings. It looks like others can hear me. Perfect. Oh my goodness. What a day. What a day. I have been looking forward to this the entire day. I promise. Matter of fact, a little while ago, of course, I go to freshen up, which there's not much we can do with this. But, I mean, I remember I picked up my cologne, okay? And I go to spray cologne, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Trend, thank you. First of many. Thank you so much. We hope. We really do. We hope this is the first of many. This will be, we're going to see how long everyone sticks around and what everyone wants to talk about. And Kristen still says there's no audio, but others can hear me. Kristen, check and see if maybe you're muted there. Ryan, it's great to see that comment there. You're a newbie, but you'll get acquainted really quick. I'm thankful you found my page and our content. I hope that you enjoy it. So, a couple things. First things first, where I'm at. My wife and I just built a house, and I've got a lovely little office. And when I say little, it is little, but it's what I need. And so you can see behind me, even today, the poster behind me, she went and had printed off. It was sweet of her to do that. She got a heavy frame, and so I did not want to rush and hang that thing up. I want to do it the right way and get the stud finder, which is not me. But get the stud finder, get it level, get it hung up. But that was so nice of Amanda to get that. And we're going to make this office very quick, our little studio, and it will hopefully look much better in the weeks ahead. Ohio. There's Amanda there. Amanda said, "Don't mouth me." I was complimenting you. Alabama is in the house. We just went through Mobile not too long ago, a few weeks ago. Love Mobile. We go to, living in Arkansas, we go to Florida quite a bit. And so we're going through Alabama all the time. Texas, of course, in the house. We will be in Texas next month. We are so excited. And that's, of course, why we're here, is to talk about cruising. It is unreal to think that in just a few weeks now we are going to cruise. It is exciting. And today, if you're going on the Vista next month, I noticed like 90 minutes ago that Carnival has updated some of the excursions. And so, for instance, I know Belize just had 7 excursions for a while. Now they've got, I think it had 14 or 15 excursions. So still not a ton of area, but it's a ton of excursions, ton of options, but they're adding. Jason, Nashville, Tennessee. We love Nashville. We actually got engaged in Nashville. It was a sweet night, but it's kind of embarrassing now. It was after a Taylor Swift concert. This Speak Now, Help Now. It was after the big tornado there in Nashville. It was a fundraiser. And Amanda and I got engaged on the Shelby Street Bridge. Jason, do you know where the Shelby Street Bridge is? see. We got somebody from Batesville. Batesville's like, that's close. An hour down the road. I've got family in Batesville. That's cool. And the Panorama trend going on the Carnival Panorama in September. That's going to be awesome. We have not been on the Panorama yet. We want to. We've never cruised out of the West Coast. We want to cruise out of the West Coast sometime pretty soon. I was so excited to see that the West Coast was open up as soon as it is. You know, the Panorama is going to start back up. They plan in August, so that's going to be really cool. Ryan's from Western Michigan. I like that. We love Michigan. We got friends in Michigan as well. Gina's going on the Breeze. We are hoping to go on the Breeze as well. We are waiting for our exemptions for children to see how the exemptions go. Hopefully, our children will be exempt, but we also have cruises planned in July without the kids. But you can only ask for a babysitter so many times, right? My in-laws, they're sweet to us. Bill and Bob in Melbourne. Hello, guys. Hello. Yes, Jay. The runs in Belize is awesome. We've been to Belize probably 7 or 8 times, and we've got to do so many different things. We used Caveman is his name. It's an independent tour, and I'm trying to think. You go to an island. Goodness gracious, Key Cocker, and swim with sharks and snorkeled. And we've also gone to Golf Key in Belize. It's a half day, but if you haven't been to Golf Key and you're going to Belize, look it up. It's usually offered through Carnival. You can also get it independent, but you can get it through Carnival. Which cruise line are we cruising on next? We are on Carnival, and we are dead set for sure July the 24th on the Vista, because that is just Amanda and I. But we're hoping to go on the Breeze before that if we get the exemption, and we're hoping even for July the 3rd on the Vista, again, if we get the exemption. And really, July the 3rd, we've read so many in the Facebook group have already received their exemption, and we haven't yet. And so I'm kind of nervous to see if we get that or not. If not, we can beg and plead that we have babysitters. Let's see. Mardi Gras, July 31st, Rodney. Can you believe that? Can you believe the Mardi Gras and just the story? First off, they named the Mardi Gras for the 50th year anniversary because of the original ship, and then just the story that she's been ready for a year. I mean, it's crazy to think about. She's been ready for a year. No one's cruised on her. And the inaugural is a summertime sailing. It's going to be awesome. We have a lot of friends going on the Mardi Gras on the 31st. And it'll be fun too to cruise with John Hill. You know, it's going to be awesome. Jay, again, the Mardi Gras on the 9th. Yes. So Ann, I can tell you now, you've asked about assistance with passengers with a scooter. Long story short, my mother is in nursing home, long-term care. She had never seen the ocean until 2 years ago. I got a call from Carnival on a Thursday, and they said, "Can you be in Galveston on a Saturday for a cruise?" And Amanda she's a teacher, so she can't just take off. But I took my mother, who's disabled and who had to have a scooter, and they were awesome to assist. There is a Carnival Cares team. If you call just the generic number, ask for assistance from the Carnival Cares team, and they will help you, I promise. But as far as priority boarding is going to look different. It really is. Some people say there's no priority boarding, and I disagree with that. There is going to be some priority boarding. It's just going to look different. So if you are Diamond, and if you're Diamond and you're here, please share with me, because I'll definitely call you out. Or Platinum. Amanda and I are Platinum. Those of you who are familiar with the VIFP program know that there's a huge range from Platinum to Diamond. So it's going to take us another year, probably maybe two, to get to Diamond. But Diamond and Platinum will have access to check in 16 days before the sale date. Everyone else is 14 days. Diamond and Platinum, and maybe some Suite guests. We're still waiting on Casino to see if Casino guests also get that 16 days. 16-day advantage, but it's an extra 2 days really. But you'll get to log on at midnight Eastern time. It's 11 o'clock Central, 16 days before your sale date, and you will pick a check-in time. The earliest time you can pick is 10:30. So if you pick 10:30, you will be in the first group of cruisers that can get to the port, can drop your bags off, can go through security, check in, get on board. And so that's how they're doing priority boarding. They won't necessarily have a priority line, I don't think, when you get to the port. But Diamond and Platinum and Suite guests will get to check in, have the opportunity to check in. Remember, if you miss it, your 16 days, let's say you don't remember until 12 days before your cruise to check in. Well, you're not going to get the 10:30 time. You're going to get a noon time, maybe. So we'll see how it all works out. We're 10 days away after all, for the Vista leaving July the 3rd. So we're going to know very, very soon. And of course, we will share that with you. Absolutely. I hope we go on the Vista July 3rd. We're going to see. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Absolutely. Rascal Flatts on the breeze, David. Rascal Flatts. That was Amanda and my first concert, probably 2007, I would say. And I do remember when Carnival was doing that concert series, they had Tim McGraw. I remember Rascal Flatts, and there were a few others that they had on there as well. That was pretty cool. Maybe they'll bring that back down the road and see, what type of other entertainment they could bring. Yes, Jason. Yes. And your comments they're going quick. You guys know I try to address everybody. If you write me on Facebook, on Island Time Facebook page, I try to respond. If you message me on Messenger, I try to respond. If you comment on my YouTube videos, I try to respond, and it kills me when I can't. But Ryan made a point too. Don't forget to like this live as well. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It also helps, I think, with video quality and things like that. YouTube dedicates more resources and CPUs to this video. So if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. I promise you, and those who are here to tell you, we do everything we can to put out quality content, both in regards to audio, video, and our content we try to be as factual as we can, but use our decade plus in cruising to see what this current news is going to affect us, and so there's news all the time, and we try to put things in perspective. Absolutely. Let's see what we got. Jason talking about the Shelby Street Bridge. That is the bridge that goes from downtown over to Nissan Stadium. That is it. That is where I dropped on one knee. It will be 10 years this December. We will celebrate 10 years of marriage this December. That's crazy to think about. How did we start cruising? We got married and went on a honeymoon. And growing up, we didn't have money. Lived with my mama, single mama, and never traveled hardly at all. Before getting married, I'd been to Missouri. And I think that was it. And so we booked a cruise for our honeymoon in almost 10 years, and we were hooked. We've been on, I don't know how many cruises since. And so, let's see. Yeah, and there's some vaccination questions. I know it's been tough. Vaccinations. We get questions all the time on vaccinations, and I think what Carnival's doing now, and other cruise lines as well, Royal Caribbean, of course, their announcement, although they're not going vaccinated only out of Florida, they've got a test selling right now. The CDC, as I said in my video yesterday, you and I are here talking to each other, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But the CDC, members of the CDC, right now are on a cruise ship, the Freedom of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. It left Miami. They're on a stinking cruise ship, and they've said the whole time we shouldn't be on a cruise ship. But I hope they're having a great time. I hope they're sipping a drink beside the pool. I hope they're enjoying dinner right now. It's dinner time. I hope they're having a blast, and they get off that ship and they say, "Hey, everybody go cruise." Although not too much capacity. I'm kind of excited. Who else is excited about capacity restrictions? Every cruise we've ever been on is packed, and I'm a people watcher and I love people, but I can't even imagine cruising on a ship that is 50, 60, maybe 70% capacity. I mean, it's hard to even imagine. Here we go. We've got 15 likes. Again, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. It also, liking the video with YouTube's algorithm also puts that live video in front of other people. So if people are on YouTube now, they're looking for something to watch, it will put that in their stream if they know that they are travelers or like this kind of content. Any news on kids under 12, Michelle, and shore excursions? Last night at Urban Carnival was that kids under 12 would be able to go on bubble excursions maybe, and we don't have all the details there yet, but I suspect that we will have those details very, very soon. And Carnival looks like that they're going to provide kids and families and those not vaccinated with opportunities. We just and again, questions about exemptions. We received an email for our cruise. It said click here, and here was blue with the hyperlink, and you could fill out a form. But I've heard from several people going on cruises in July that they never received an email with that information, and so I've tried to call the contacts I have, and we have several contacts at Carnival, and it's like nobody knows who's making these decisions, and they can't transfer you anywhere. So I don't know. Stockyard Restaurant, Jay. I don't know. I've never been to Stockyard Restaurant, but it's interesting. You can sing. I can sing too. I don't know if it sounds very good, but I can sing. Sherry, hello. My audio's bad. We'll see if it comes back maybe. Let's see. It says excellent condition, but I don't know. I don't know. Trying to see, make sure everything's hooked up like it's supposed to be. Is that any better? Getting worse. Thanks, Trent. I don't know. Everything's plugged in here. Again, this is a trial run. Maybe it's some lag time and it will catch up. I hope so. Cruise Queen, I'm glad you're here. I am glad you're here. I'm glad that we're live. Absolutely. Perfect. Maybe it will, I don't know, don't move a muscle. Maybe it will be okay. For all of you, I'll get a little history here of island time. I've mentioned that we cruised for about 10 years. And I've been so active on sites like Cruise Critic and Facebook groups. And I always thought about having a vlog, but that, to me, it sounds crazy. It's like, how do you get started? If you put content up, is anybody gonna care? They said it's back. Goodness gracious. I don't know. It could be my mic. Let's see. Mic. I'm looking at my settings here. There's that. Let me go over here real quick. Audio. Mic. Let me try to switch to that. I just switched mics. Electrical feedback. Is that any better? I just switched mics. Maybe that's better. I guess I need to talk so you can see if it's better. Anyway, with Island Time, there's a difference with the audio. Is it a good difference? Okay. Maybe that works. Who knows? I bought a new microphone, but hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Let's see. Okay, so Island Time, I had the idea, let's do this, but how do you get started? And first off, you can put content out there, but are people going to watch it? Do they care enough to watch it? And we have found, perfect, good, audio's good. Do people care about your content? Will they watch it? And you guys have been awesome. I mean, it has been unbelievable. In 5 weeks' time, we've launched about 5 weeks. We've gone from no channel and none of this setup that I have here, which I'm still learning, obviously, and it will hopefully get better. But we've gone from nothing to over 1,000 subscribers, and that is all because of those of you who are here on this channel, those of you who have subscribed, you've liked the videos, you've shared. I don't know how many people say, I watch your content and I share it with my brother, or I share it with my friends who also cruise. And it's so appreciated, because if you don't do that and there's no one watches the videos, after a period of time, I would say, well, who cares? No one cares about this. And I would probably just throw it out the window, and I would go back into my world, where I think I'm a crazy one because I love cruising, And so thank you guys so much for over 1,000 subscribers, almost 1,100 now in 5 weeks' time. I did some research on it because I do have another channel, and it's a craps channel, playing the game of craps in the casino, that took off years ago. I had no expectation of it taking off, but I did some research, and the average time it takes for a new channel to get 1,000 subscribers is 22 months. 22 months, and I would have been so discouraged if it would have taken 22 months to get 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if I would last 22 months. So thank everyone. And it looks like the audio is better, and the audio now is just my MacBook audio. So I'm glad it's working. Let's get back, see if I can read some comments here. Scroll up because I missed a ton. Let's see. Yeah, so reduced capacity. We were mentioning reduced capacity. Everyone that I talked to at Carnival, they all say it's still reduced capacity. I have tried. Oh my gosh. I've tried to find out a number. I've got some very good friends that work for Carnival, and they won't even tell me. They act like they don't know. And I know they know. They can go through each ship in July and August, and they can see the current capacity. And surely there's some sort of wall there that's set up that says, hey, you can't book anymore, but they will not tell me. It's not going to be 100, but I think it's going to be more than what people think. It's going to be over 50 for sure. I think it's going to be over 60. I think like 70% is going to be that sweet spot for capacity, which is fine. I mean, a summertime cruise, 70%. And although that doesn't sound like a big drop-off from 100, when you're talking about 4,000 plus guests on some of these larger ships, the Vista, the Horizon, the Mardi Gras is over 5,000. When you talk about taking 30% of the population off of the ship, there's going to be a difference. There will be a difference in waiting times at restaurants and buffets, and finding loungers around the pool. There really will be a difference. I have heard, though, that Carnival is crewing up the ships almost 100%. A lot of the ships have, like the Vista, they've got between 12 and 1,300 crew, and that's normal for what the Vista would have operating a full ship of passengers. So I think it's interesting that they're getting all their crew there, and it makes sense, really, because once they increase the capacity number for passengers, they want the crew to already be there. They don't want to go through a constant cycle of bringing on crew, and the crew, of course, have to quarantine to cabins for 14 days. You have to worry about getting the crew vaccinated, and just bring them all at one time. Let's see. I'm scrolling to Jay. I appreciate you, Jay Cruiser. You have been so positive in our channel and what we do, and I'm telling you, whenever so many people send comments that, hey, I enjoy your content, it's different than anybody else out there, keep doing what you're doing, sometimes don't listen to the trolls, they're out there. I'm telling you guys, it means a lot to me that you take time out of your day, and after you've watched a video that could be 10, 15, 20 minutes, that you think enough of it to send me a message. I see the messages, and I appreciate the messages far more than you know. I mean, I will read them to Amanda. And by the way, Amanda's not here right now. She's keeping the kids quiet, but she will join me on these live videos as well. But I read these comments to Amanda. I'm like, Amanda, look, this person took time to say this. Like, can you believe that? And she's proud. She's excited about this too. Let's see. Every once in a while, you sounded like a 1980s Space Invaders game. Mike Wood. I like that. Let's see. Galveston Cruiser, July 29th on the Breeze. That is Mama's birthday, July 29th. I wanted to take Mom on a cruise, but with her condition, being in a nursing home, and she's been in the hospital. She's out right now, but she's had some issues with her knee replacement hardware. They've had to take the whole replacement out. She has a spacer there now. I mean, it's a mess. But have fun on the Breeze. We've been on the Breeze so many times. And November 27th on the Vista. That is awesome. We love Galveston. That's one of our favorite ports for sure. Rodney, Carnival told y'all 95%. 95%, that number's in my mind because 95% of people be vaccinated, but I assume you mean 95% capacity. That would be crazy. Let's see. David, Carnival's doing it right. I agree. I think they're doing it right. And we've covered the politics of it. There are politics in it. There's politics in just about everything. But I try to stay on the bright side when we see the politics that are in it. And I try to reinforce in all of our content that, yes, there's politics in it, but the state of Florida, the state government of Florida wants us to cruise. The CDC wants us to cruise. The current administration is fine with us cruising. So I try to stay positive, even though there's politics in it, just like anything else. And asked about the celebration. We have gone back and forth on the celebration. We were booked, I believe, on the Horizon on the celebration. And then we had some offers come out. Those dang offers. You love them, but you hate them. So many times we have a cruise booked, and the offer comes out. It's a casino offer. And they're too good to pass up, but you've already sometimes paid for your flights. You've already, assuming you go the same week, you paid for your hotel, and then sometimes there may be a ship going that is a week or two earlier, and the cruise is super cheap, but you've already taken off work. So we were on the Horizon. I think now we're on the Vista for that celebration next March, 50 years. And it's going to be interesting to see what Carnival does with the celebration. You know, when you look at the pictures online of that week. You see all the ships kind of backed into one another, and I guess the ship, there will be some groups of ships, maybe a group in the Bahamas and a group in the Caribbean that may meet together, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to be done. A horn battle would be cool. It'd be neat. It'd be really cool to yell, for a ship to yell out on Lido deck and the decks above Lido, and you could hear it, from the next ship. You could hear them yell. I don't know what all they're going to do, but it's going to be a celebration. We're excited about that. David, appreciate you. I do. I try to keep it real. I try to tell it like it is, and be factual, but at the same time, trying to give some insight to what this news and the impacts and the protocols could mean on cruising, what cruising looks like, and the experience. So I try to keep it real. What you see in front of you now, what you see in our content, that's who we are. It is. If you saw me outside of this room, outside of this house, you would get the exact same person. Thank you, Jay, for prayers for Mom. She needs them. It's at the point now. She's diabetic and she's on antibiotics. If antibiotics work and her body fights the infection, she will get a new knee replacement. If the antibiotics don't work, they may have to take her leg. So please, we need prayer warriors for that. For 6 weeks, we're not going to know for 6 weeks. Rodney, yep, 95% capacity. That's going to be something. If it's that full, that's going to be something. Let's see. Yep. So some of you guys on here I recognize actually. So once we launched Island Time, our first big event was we went to Port Canaveral and saw the Mardi Gras come in. And that was it was unreal because we just launched the channel like 2 weeks before Mardi Gras was supposed to come in. So it was really neat to launch the channel. We had like 400 subscribers, maybe 300 or 400. And we stayed at the Radisson. If you're going on the Mardi Gras and you need somewhere to stay, we flew into Orlando, MCO. We rented a car. I'll give you some advice for those of you going on the Mardi Gras. We flew in, we rented a car. If you go with budget, Avis or Hertz, there are substations there in Port Canaveral that you can drop off the car the day of your cruise. And I know Budget, we've used Budget several times. They have free transportation. Once you drop off your car, free transportation to the port. And so, but we stayed at the Radisson at the port. There are several hotels there. There's a Springwood Suites by Hilton. There's a Holiday Inn that's close. But the Radisson, I've always read about the Radisson, and that is traditionally where a lot of cruise people stay. They have a really, really nice pool area and hot tub right there in the middle of the resort. And so we met so many people there, but I was surprised that even then, we would go swim. We enjoy hanging out. We would go swim, and people would say, "Oh my gosh, it's Island Time." And I'm like, we only have like 300 followers, but or subscribers. But people enjoyed it, and we enjoyed them. We went to dinner every night with people that we met. That's who we are. Enjoyed a dinner with everyone there. But I would highly suggest the Radisson. It is 1 mile away from the port, and it's easy to get to. And so, yep, I remember. And we tried to go live at the Mardi Gras arrival, but with YouTube, we were pushing for 1,000 subscribers before there, because if you have 1,000 subscribers, you can go live on your phone. And if you have less than that, then you can't. So some of our content, I just record a quick 1-minute video. I would post it. And then we have, I still have some content I need to put up, but we do have the arrival of the Mardi Gras. I think it's an hour-long video of the Mardi Gras coming, but we'll never forget that day and just the day in general. You know, we got to catch up with Mike Pack, who we love. We've cruised with him several times. His wife, Emma, we've cruised with her on the Freedom before she retired. And meeting and seeing Christine Duffy and how positive she was. It was an awesome day. In the terminal, we got to go in the terminal and see it. And it is an unreal terminal. And it looks like it's going to be so quick from when you arrive at Port Canaveral. You go enter the doors. Everything is so open. The scanners and security is right there when you walk in. You're going to walk in and go through security. And then 80% of the terminal is behind security. It is wide open. There are seats and palm trees, and even on the ceiling there were waves. The kind of architecture they went with, it was waves that lead you. The waves lead you to the boat. I mean, it was awesome. They're going to get you on the ship so fast. It's going to be awesome. Yes, the Country Inn and Suites, Jay. That's another one that a lot of people stay at, and they. Country Inn and Suites and the Radisson. I know, the night before the cruise. I know at the Radisson they actually have like pre-cruise parties. The night before they'll have drink specials and food specials, and they'll have music, and they'll have a pre-cruise party for those out there, and you can enjoy the pool and the hot tub and things like that. Mike talking about the Radisson on June the 4th, $300 a night. Goodness, that's the highest I've ever seen the Radisson. When you look at the actual property and rooms at the Radisson, it is a typical 3-star hotel. There's nothing special there. So charging $300 a night, I think that is a little bit high. But supply and demand. If people are booking it, they're going to raise that price. We need to try the Country Inn, though. I have not stayed at the Country Inn, but I've heard several people mention that. And Harbor House, yes, and we are so excited about the Harbor House. We are staying there in July. We have got a room that is facing the harbor. I want to wake up, which is early. I'm like a kid before Christmas, a kid on Christmas Eve. Every time we cruise, Amanda can't stand it. I can't sleep the night before. I get up at 4 or 5 a.m. I'm waiting there. I'm on my phone. Amanda would say, go back to sleep, but I'm so ready to get up and go. And the Radisson, I may have to get up, Harbor House, I may have to get up early, 4 or 5 a.m., and I may have to go outside because it will still be dark. The ship will not be in yet, but that's what I plan to do, is stay right there, get up, make some coffee, or grab some if I can find something open, and then watch the ship roll in and think, enjoy your last breakfast, because you're about to get off and I'm about to get on. Ooh, free breakfast at Country Inn. And Radisson, there's not a free breakfast, and you have to pay for parking. Even, not just cruise parking, but like we were there for the Mardi Gras and we were there 4 days, and parking was $12 a day. Jay, is parking free there at Country Inn? Do you know? If so, Country Inn, you need to look at it because you don't have to pay for breakfast or parking. Here we go. Cozumel. Okay. Let's see. I don't think we've done that excursion. I've seen that several times. Sea Lion Show. I don't know. I've seen that one, but we haven't done it. Cozumel, we've done several different things. You guys know how Cozumel is. You can go to Cozumel from New Orleans or Galveston, or you can leave out of Florida, and of course they go to the Western Caribbean, includes Cozumel. So we've been many times. Mr. Sancho's is what a lot of people, think it's $55. It's all inclusive, all you can eat and drink, and a lot of people go to Mr. Sancho's. And it's a nice beach. They also have the swim up pools, or the pools that have swim up bars. But it's $55, and I think you can book it for $5 down if you go to the website. and pay the other $50 when you get there. And you do have to take a taxi. So when you're at the port there in Cozumel, you've got to take a taxi to Mr. Sancho's. It's about a 10 or 12 minute ride, and it may be like $4 or $5 a person. I know a lot of times we have found a big group to go with and used a van, and then it's like $3 a couple or something. But 10 or 12 minute ride. You can stay there all day. All you can eat and drink. You can stay in the pool area. You can go to the beach area. They will serve you on the beach. We've also done one of my favorite excursions ever is Cozumel Sailing. I will post it in the description of this video after it ends. But there is an American woman who moved to Cozumel about 20 years ago, and she runs a sailboat. And this is not for everybody, because some people, a lot of people we cruise with, when we are at a port, they don't want to get on a boat. They don't want to go snorkeling. They don't want to go on a nice, enjoyable ride because they're ready to get off the boat. They've been on the boat for several days, on the ship anyway, the cruise ship. But there's an excursion. I'll post the link here below after this is over. But it's a legit sailboat. I mean, you sail. It's a 6-hour excursion. You sail for a couple hours. You snorkel in that process. They deep sea fish along the way. We didn't really get to fish, but they do cast and fish. And it's all inclusive, so all your drinks and everything you can eat. There's appetizers of guacamole and pico de gallo the whole time, and then they cook chicken and steak tacos. And if they catch anything, which both times we have gone, they have caught several fish, then they grill the fish right there, and you have fish tacos as well. And so I think it's like $85, but it's like they don't take any more than like 10 people. I mean, it is very, very low key, and you get to sail and snorkel, go to a private beach for about an hour, and sail back. And so I will post that. It's really cool. Mr. Sancho's is $60 now, I see, which is still a fair price. I mean, it's very fair for everything that's there. The service is top notch. The food is great, and it's not just limited to snack food and stuff like that. I mean, they have entrees that are impressive. So let's see. Anyway, that's what I would do in Cozumel. Sorry, Cozumel Sailing. St. Kitts and St. Martin. Haven't been to St. Kitts. Always wanted to go to St. Kitts, but St. Martin, oh my gosh, we love, love, love St. Martin. We went, and it's kind of touristy, but it was so cool and so well worth it. We went to Maho Beach. If you haven't been to Maho Beach in St. Martin, if you haven't heard of Maho Beach, look it up. Get your phone, look it up really quick. Google Maho Beach. That is where you'll see the pictures of the beach, and it's a beautiful beach. I mean, 5-star beach. And then right behind the beach is the airport. And I mean, I'm talking 20 yards from the water. I mean, it is close. And they have a big surfboard, black surfboard in the sand, and it has all the arrivals for the day. So you get to Maho Beach, you have to take a taxi, but you see all the arrivals, and some of them are little bitty planes, these island hopper planes that go from island to island, but some of them are huge commercial aircraft. I know that KLM used to have, I don't know if it was a 777, it was a 4-engine plane that when planes go to land there, they are literally like 40 or 50 feet over your head. And so some people, that may be too loud, some people's like, I wouldn't go there, it's going to be loud all day. But it's a really cool experience. The beach is nice, and the planes come in to land like every 30 minutes maybe. So it's not just constant like a airport would be. Some of our major airports in the United States, the aircraft land and take off every 2 minutes. It's like every 30. So really, it's kind of excitement when you can see one in the distance. Everyone kind of gets out of the water and they get up there close to the fence. And so I'll tell you this, there's signs everywhere that says when planes take off, because they take off right in front of you, and they take off going away from you, and they go over the mountains. There's signs that say, do not stand in this area. It is marked off where the runway is because of jet blast. And I can say that a group of us thought, yeah, right, let's stand here. And we stood there, and American Airlines plane took off. I'm telling you, I think there is still sand in my pores today. I didn't think about, I don't know why, those jet engines they go to full power, and that sand, oh, it's like needles. I remember bailing. I just sprinted to the water as fast as I could to try to get in the water. There were people's towels and umbrellas and stuck bags blowing everywhere. Just step to the side and watch the people like me who stand there and just laugh, because no one made it through the plane taking off. Let's see. So parking is free, Rodney. Sweet. Yeah, Noche Cocum. We've been to Noche Cocum too, Jay. Noche Cocum is another really good place in Cozumel. It's right next door to Mr. Sancho's, and it's probably about the same price. I think the positive about Noche Cocum is it's not as crowded as Mr. Sancho's. Mr. Sancho's has kind of gained popularity. They've done a really good job at their marketing over the years, and I mean, it's not shoulder to shoulder, but it is. It's busy. Noche adults only. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. It's been several years since we've been over there. But it might be. If it is, that's all the more reason to book. Yeah. Maho Beach. Maho. You need to go there. Okay. Remember, if you have not liked the video yet, please, please, please like the video. Give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to Island Time, please consider subscribing. I'm about to ask you a question here, and we're going to do different things. As this plane takes off and our live videos take off, we'll do some different things, but we're just trying to get our traction and really get our setup here of how this is supposed to work. There will be all kinds of fun stuff down the road, I promise. I hope you're having a good time. I am. So let me ask you this question here, okay? You tonight fall asleep, you're out, and you can wake up on any Carnival ship, past or present. Let me throw that in there. There's a lot of ships that people have cruised on, and they're not around anymore. You can wake up on any Carnival ship. What ship are you waking up on? What ship are you going to wake up on? Let's see. Yep, that rings a bell, Jay. I think they do advertise adults only. I just can't remember if it was when we went there. Okay, let's see what ship. My ship would be. It's a tough one. I think. David says Mardi Gras. It's so hard. It's so hard to even imagine what the Mardi Gras looks like. Just the interior. We've seen renderings, but it's one of the unfortunate things from COVID with cruising. Okay, is we don't know what she really looks like. There's not much. There's not live footage of the inside of the Mardi Gras. The Breeze. Jay said the Breeze. That'd be mine. The Breeze. We've been on the Breeze 4 or 5 times. We absolutely love her. Believe it or not, we have not been on the Vista class. The Vista, the Horizon, the Panorama. We were booked on the Vista for March the 21st of 2020, and cruising stopped March 14th. That's when they said, nope, no more. And we were booked for spring break March the 21st. of 2020, 1 week away. And we were going to go. It was at the point, if you remember last March, Carnival let people cancel if they wanted to, or you could keep your sailing. And I think they had a $100 or $200 incentive, onboard credit incentive to keep your sailing. We were going to keep it. We were going to go, and it was cut off. And so we'll see. We'll see how I like the Vista class. We have a Havana on the 24th of July, and we're excited about Havana. Of course, the other ships don't have the Havana, so we've never experienced it. So the Breeze, Magic or Breeze, we've been on the Magic. The Magic was in Galveston for many years, like 2012 to 15 or 16. We went on the Magic then. I've always wanted to go back on the Magic, and now I guess it's out of Port Canaveral for now. It's taken the place of another ship there in Port Canaveral. The Liberty. We have not been on the Liberty. We've been on sister ships of the Liberty, but I've not been on the Liberty. Vista. Yeah, we're excited, Jay. We're excited about the Vista. We're in a Havana interior, and a lot of times we go interior when we cruise. I know a lot of people go balcony. We go interior. We just don't spend very much time in the room, and so we go interior a lot of times. Oh, the Splendor. Trent said the Splendor. That's an older ship, a smaller ship. I'm trying to think if there's even balconies. Does the Splendor have balconies? There's a couple of classes of ships, which there's not many of them around anymore because they've been scrapped. But that Fantasy class, they don't have balconies. Havana Cabana booked for the Vista on the December 29th, a New Year's cruise. Oh, sweet. We have gone over New Year's twice, I believe, and it is awesome. They throw an awesome party. I remember going in to my cabin New Year's Eve, after we've been in the sun all day and your cabin's been serviced, and they leave, they leave New Year's hats and all the different noisemakers and things like that. It's free. And then, starting at 11 p.m., they had free champagne for the hour, if you like champagne. And then you got to welcome in. We actually watched Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest. It was on Lido, and it was, what better way to bring in a new year? So that would be awesome. Havana Cabana on New Year's. That would be awesome. The Dream. We have been on the Dream. Katie said you were headed down to the Dream. Oh, yes, I remember that. I remember because they ended it, I believe it was March the 14th, and there were people who had already stayed the night and were about to get on board. And as Katie said, there were people driving down, but they flipped a switch and said, when the ships finish their cruise and get back to port, they're not leaving. And of course, it took 5-6 days for all the ships to return. But I remember that there was people out money with flights and hotel, and you had to turn around and go home. I remember that. The Fascination, pre 2.0. Okay, so of course, the big 2.0 upgrades brought Geisberger and Blue Iguana and places like that. Mike said a chili. I don't think I've ever had a chili dog on the cruise. I like chili dogs. I don't think I've ever had a chili dog on the cruise. Was it seaside? Was it right there by the pool on Lido? Or wow, that's interesting. Breeze, July 24th. Katie, we will be on the Vista, July 24th. If you are assuming staying in Galveston the night before, let us know. Amanda and I are flying in on the 23rd. Early, we're going to land in Houston at 9 a.m. And we're going to be out and about. So if y'all want to catch up, let us know. And Katie, you've also been on the Valor. I hadn't been on the Valor. Yep, Magic was in dry dock. It is out of dry dock now. Magic is a second ship to get the blue paint design there on the hull. And she's out and she's headed back. She's going to Port Canaveral. Yeah, Valor and Liberty are sister ships. Yep. Jay, oh, one of the reasons why we get an interior is because of how dark it is, and it's easy to sleep. My wife, she likes it completely dark when she sleeps, and an interior, I mean, it is pitch black, you know that, and so that's actually one of the reasons why we book, is so it will be dark and get some rest. The chili dog cart. That is sweet. Anne's been to Little French Key in Roatan. We have done Little French Key as well. I love it. Roatan is just Mahogany Bay. What a port. I mean, Carnival has invested a lot of money there, and it has become one of our favorite ports. Especially, it's a port that there's a lot to offer, and there's a ton of shore excursions, but it's also a port that if you wanted a beach day, that is the port on the western itinerary. You need to do it simply because you get off the ship and it's walkable for sure. There's a nice trail, but walkable path to the beach, or of course you can take the lift, and it's cheap to do the lift. It's unlimited rides. When you get on the lift to Mahogany Bay, it depends on how many people are on there. It's like a 5-6 minute ride. Sometimes it has to stop because people getting off and on. But when it drops you off, you land in the sand. I mean, your feet are in the sand. And then you can enjoy time at the beach. You can get back on the lift, and it will take you, almost right back to the ship. And you can get on and eat lunch and things like that. Then you can get off again if you wanted to. We like Mahogany Bay a lot. I'm going to have chili dogs. That's going to be the end of that. I found my dinner. It won't be tonight, but I'm going to have chili dogs this week. I like chili. Got to have beans in the chili. Yep. Mike's talking about the sunshine. I agree with you, I think, there. Sunshine's going to go into dry dock. Dry dock, she's going to have the blue paint, and she already has most of the 2.0 upgrades, so I'm not sure what they would add there because of the huge transformation she went through. The Sunshine has my absolute favorite, Serenity. The 2-deck Serenity that has the waterfall. There's a waterfall in Serenity that comes down into a pool. The adults area, Serenity, 21 and over only, has a pool on the Sunshine. And I love sitting there. There's an outer edge of the pool that's got like 3 inches of water, 2 or 3 inches of water. And you can sit there and splash around and stay cooled off all day. We absolutely love the Sunshine. Only been on her one time. Went to the ABC Islands, actually. Yeah, but I love her. I wish that she wasn't as far away. We went out of Port Canaveral when she was almost brand new with her refurbishment. Cove Balcony. Yep. I don't think water splashes in. I've heard sometimes, depending on the wind, you could get, I don't want to say a splash, but a mist maybe. But we have always wanted to do a Cove Balcony, but never have, because it's like on deck 3 and 4. I mean, they're so close to the water. I've heard great things about them, but I haven't heard of water splashing in. There's my Yorkie poo, if you can hear her. No beans in the chili? Ah. That's how Amanda eats hers, though. I like the beans. Okay, David, you're going. See ya. Thank you for joining. Yep. Trent, you're exactly right. The Serenity area, I'm telling you, there was great service around there. The pool is it's an average size pool, probably the same size as what's on Lido, but it's got that extra edge around it. And we sat there. I mean, we sat there every sea day for sure. I think we even stayed on one of the port days and just enjoyed the waterfall. You can stand underneath the waterfall, and the water pours on you. I remember it was so cold. Serenity is free. Serenity is free, and it's on. I think now it's on all the ships. I think by now there's every ship has gone through dry dock and it's on every ship. But it is for those 21 and older, and they've got loungers for free. They've got clamshell chairs, big circle. I mean, it's big enough for you to lay down. And I've taken naps, I don't know how many times, in one of those clamshell chairs. And some of them, depending on the ship, even have hammocks, which are hard to get because there's two of them. I know there may be up to four on some ships. And when someone gets a hammock, they're there usually for hours. On port days, if you stay on, you can get a hammock. But it is free. Serenity is free. Yeah, and there are some. I noticed. What ship was? Some of the new ships have the salad bar. Yeah, all of them have a wet bar, but some of them now have a salad bar at lunchtime, and so you don't have to leave Serenity to eat lunch if you don't want to. Yeah, Amanda's asking about Havana. That's where we're staying. She doesn't know a lot about it. So Havana, there is a difference between Serenity and Havana. So Serenity, let me clarify, is free to everyone who's 21 and above and on the ship. You can go and there's hot tubs in all of them. The Sunshine has a pool, but it is absolutely free. And they are usually, almost all of them are on the forward of the ship. There are a couple of the small ships where Serenity is actually in the back. But Havana, someone asked about Havana. Havana is a separate location, and it's a class of rooms. So you can book a Havana interior balcony, extended balcony suite. There's no ocean view, but if you book a Havana room. And you can Google this, especially the Vista class, Vista Horizon and Panorama. The Mardi Gras has it too, but it's different. But if you book a Havana room, they're more expensive than an interior room or a regular balcony. But you get access to the Havana area, there's a Havana bar, which everyone can go to, but the outside of the bar, that's the very aft of the ship, plus 2 huge hot tubs on the Vista class, and an infinity pool that is right up against the back of the ship. And it's got a couple huts there for shade. There's loungers, there's clamshells. It is very restricted because only Havana rooms have access to it. And so you can go any time of day, port days, sea days, it doesn't matter. You are going to have a lounger. You're going to have a clamshell. You can sleep into 10 a.m. and you can go get a lounger. I mean, they only book so many rooms for that area, and so it's a really secluded area. And used to after 7 p.m. Havana opened up to the whole ship, so anybody could go back there and use that pool and use the hot tub. But there were noise complaints that those staying in the Havana area, which is a lot of the aft cabins, aft balconies even. That it was too loud at night. And so I think for about a year it was open to everyone after 7 p.m. And now it is 24 hours a day. Only Havana guests can stay or can use the Havana facilities there. Yep. Blue Lagoon, I have not. In Nassau, Rodney, we've gone to Atlantis. The couple times we've been there, gone to Atlantis, bought a day pass, which is a little bit more expensive probably than what it should be, but it's Atlantis, and enjoyed a beach day. And those staying at Atlantis, they're not fond of cruisers coming in for the day. I'll say that much. Because if you're staying at Atlantis, you're staying there for 4 days, maybe up to 7 days. And when there's no ships in the port, you can definitely tell that just the facilities at Atlantis is a whole lot less crowded than when cruise ships are in port. And so if you're a cruiser at Atlantis, not that something just awful has happened, but you could tell the difference in those who are guests staying at Atlantis and those who are, cruisers for the day. And you can tell a difference in service too, for sure. Yeah, Jay, the Havana Bar is open to all people. There's a big, huge bar. It's got live music at night, and it's forward facing. And then there is part of the Havana Bar extends to the outside area there of the ship, and it's got bar stools and stuff that those who are enjoying the Havana area can sit on that side. Yeah, so there's two different parts of it. I did not know that, Mike. You can watch the dive-in movies from the Serenity. I'm trying to remember. Maybe, yeah, because I think it's 3 decks, and maybe those decks, there's some chairs there. I don't remember that, but it's Amanda always watches the dive-in movies. Go for it. Go for it. Absolutely. We'll do a couple more things here. Those of you cruising next month, please stay in contact with me through our Facebook page. If you haven't joined, look at one of our videos. We've got the link in our last several videos, and join our Facebook page. And please share your experiences with us, because we're the whole world, especially those who are cruise enthusiasts, we're waiting to see what cruising looks like. We're waiting to see what's it look like to get onto the ship. Of course, there's no testing with Carnival's, what they say, but there's been some surprises. Royal Caribbean, going out of Nassau, they also said no testing. And I know that the cruise passengers showed up there and they tested all of them. They covered the cost, so it wasn't a surprise cost or anything, but it was a surprise to passengers there. But if you're cruising in July, especially early July, keep in contact with us. We would absolutely love to hear from you. As we're cruising in July, we'll see how many times we're waiting on these exemptions, but we are for sure going, of course, July the 24th on the Vista. We were going to go on the Horizon. They're both ultra cruises, the Horizon and the Vista. And so we're going on the Vista. Okay, one last question before we call it an afternoon and an evening. You've got $600 to spend on board. It's onboard credit. How do you spend that $600? The crazy thing, and Mike, I can get you that Facebook link. The crazy thing, let me get this real quick. Used to, we would play hypotheticals like this, but it was, hey, you have $500 in onboard credit. What would you do with it? But now, with all the cancellations that we've seen and rebooking, Carnival has given you that incentive. There you go. There's a link. Carnival has given a lot of us $600 to rebook, and a lot of us have rebooked time and time again. So, Jay, I'm with you. We are. I've wanted to watch for so long, and the cruise line, it's a perfect time to get one. They do have good deals on them. Look at the watches before you go. Look at prices. Even print off. If you have a watch that you like, I've found that if they don't have it in stock, they can order it a lot of times at a discounted rate. So you have $600 to spend on board. How are you spending the money? Jay says, I'm going shopping. The fun shops. Amanda would spend hers at the casino. She just sent me a text, or sorry, at the spa. If you spend it at the casino, I think it's called an investment if you spend it at the casino. Amanda said it's spa, which you could spend $600 at the spa. I've seen the prices. We've taken part before in the spa, but you could spend $600 there pretty quick. Casino. I'm staying in a spa cabin, so I'm having a massage. Yes, and bingo. I love bingo. Oh my goodness, I have been close twice now. They do the last night bingo under, oh, how many numbers? 45 or 54? How many numbers is it? Trent might remember. But if you get it under so many numbers, you win like $5,000 or something. And I've been one number away and had 5 numbers left at least twice. Mike says he's getting a new GoPro. They do sell GoPros on board. I have found that they're really good priced. I haven't bought one, but I use a GoPro with a lot of what we do, and they are fairly priced, and even like I say a little bit, $20 to $40 cheaper than what they are on land. I would spend mine probably. I'd book my excursions, so I'm not out of pocket on excursions. I would play bingo for sure, and specialty dining, 45 numbers. That sounds right. For some reason, I thought it was 45 or 54. 45 sounds right. Which mathematically, you don't have a good chance, of course, to achieve it. That's why they offer it. But it's always fun. And there are a couple of standers. They always say if you're one number away to go ahead and stand. And there are, everyone's watching. You almost lose track of your card because you're like, is that guy going to win $5,000? Maybe it's 49 though. I would hope it's 49. Need to look that up. I wonder what it is. But specialty dining, if you have not. And I will say this before we get off here. We're going to stay about another 15 minutes here. My first, oh goodness, at least 4 cruises, probably 5. I was so stringent on why would someone pay then $35 for the steakhouse? Like, you have all the food that you want for free. You can go to the restaurants and you can eat for free. Why would someone go spend $35? It's now $38, by the way. I just didn't get it. I did not get it. And for one reason or another, I think it was the shareholder credit. If you own 100 shares of stock, Carnival stock, you can submit proof of documentation and you get $100 onboard credit on a 7-day cruise. So I did that. And Amanda and I agreed if we do that, we're going to the steakhouse, it will be $70. It pays for it, it's free. So we did. We went to the steakhouse. I didn't feel bad about going and paying for a $70 meal. We don't spend $70 on a meal here, much less am I going to do that on vacation. I'm telling you, it is worth every penny. And the food is fantastic. It is great. I mean, it is. It's 5-star. But the service there, I mean, it is Carnival's elite service team, and the way that they present the food to you and the way that they make you feel, and the chef coming out, he gives you different food compliments of the chef. It's unreal. It is unreal. If you were like me years ago and you say, I'm not paying for the specialty restaurants because I can have all the food I would ever want in the restaurants, there's nothing wrong with it, but try Fahrenheit 555. We also love sushi, and sushi's not just raw. They have cooked, they have some with crab and with shrimp and things like that, but the sushi's very reasonable. Some of it is like $6 a roll. I think it goes to $8 or $9 a roll. It is very good. So try Bonsai if you have not. They're open till midnight. One thing that we do, if we don't have our midnight pizza, is we always have early dining, and before bed we'll either have pizza or we'll go have sushi at like 10 p.m. And I feel better about paying $8 for a sushi roll than $70, although it's worth it. But try bonsai, and then cucine. Of course, it's free at lunch. We enjoy it free at lunch, and you can have pasta and check what you want on your pasta or lasagna. My brother, I have a twin brother, by the way. He may join us sometime down the road. I always have the pasta at lunch when I go to Cucine del Capitano. He says the lasagna is spot on. I have not ever tried it. I've been so many times. I enjoy the pasta and the shrimp, and the red sauce is so rich. And the veggies that I put in my pasta. But he says one of the best secrets in dining on Carnival Cruise Lines is the lasagna at Cucine. So I'm going to hold my word to him that in July I'm going to try the lasagna. Even if I order pasta too, it's free at lunch. It is free. Order your pasta. I'm going to order my lasagna. Maybe Amanda will split it with me, and I'm going to try it out. But we've also ate there at dinner. It's $15, I believe, at dinner, and it is worth it there at dinner too. They have a large menu, and you're really taken care of. It is appetizer, entree, dessert. So, yep. Steakhouse is a must the first night every cruise. I agree if you go the first night. It is casual, which is a plus. I'm not really a dress-up person. So it's casual, and you get a free bottle of wine the first night. Red or white. And it's one per table. We found out, we've gone with other couples before, and we thought, oh yeah, we'll get a bottle of wine, you get a bottle of wine. It's not the way it works. You get one bottle of wine for your table. So if you want separate, you need to book, you need to book separately. Separate, it's one per reservation. Mike, I agree, $600 is a lot of money. I mean, it's going to be fun. People are going to get to do things they don't usually get to do, and that is awesome. And that will probably lead to revenue generation for Carnival in the years ahead. People will try things they haven't tried before, and then on subsequent cruises, they will probably try do those same things, and it's because they got it for quote unquote free, the $600 one time, and now they're hooked. Jay says, don't go with the desserts. We've not. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying, Jay. The dessert that they do at your table, and yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have not tried that one. I love the cheesecake from the steakhouse. I mean, it's like, it is huge. They took it. You remember they took it away for a while. They took away the cheesecake, and people went bananas. No lie. And they brought the cheesecake back. It was gone for 6 or 8 months, and they brought it back. Yeah, a lot of people saying bonsai. If you haven't had bonsai, if you haven't tried sushi, a lot of people just say I don't like sushi in general. It's just a general statement. Go try bonsai sushi. They have meat or seafood that's cooked. Okay, it's not raw fish. Yep, a lot of people saying the free bottle of wine. That's right. Yeah, it is, Jay. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most expensive, but it's good. Chocolate sampler. I don't think I've tried that. I've seen it on the menu. I haven't tried it. Oh, but the C-Day brunch. Oh my gosh. C-Day brunch is where it's at. If you have not gone to the C-Day brunch, it's of course only on C-Days, and that is exactly where it's at. Oh my gosh. The steak and eggs it's filet mignon. It is filet mignon and eggs that you can have at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and that's what I order. Steak and eggs, medium rare steak, and medium eggs. I want the whites done on the eggs. And does anyone else eat the little hash browns? The little disc hash browns that have either onion or onion powder in them. I order those too. But C-Day brunch is mine and Amanda's favorite absolute favorite meal of the entire week. And we love our lobster tail. We eat a couple of those. We love the steakhouse. But it's just something about, especially that first day. You know, you get on board, you have a late night, you go to bed, you wake up. That first day, sea day there, that is, it's awesome. That meal is awesome. Amanda gets the bacon mac and cheese, yes. Sea day brunch, she gets the bacon mac and cheese. There you go. Someone else likes the hash browns. Trends likes the, oh, I love those hash browns. And they've got them on the buffet too. They're at Sea Day Brunch. It's also on the buffet. Chocolate melting cake. I have something to try with a chocolate melting cake. Has anyone tried this? First off, I usually order extra ice cream. I get 2 ice creams. But I read you can order peanut butter, and I'm a huge peanut butter and chocolate fan. But I heard ask for peanut butter, and they will bring you a little thing of peanut butter. Has anyone done that? I have not, but I've got to try the lasagna cucine for my brother, and I've got to get peanut butter with my chocolate melting cake. And it is strong. I can't finish it either. Free wine is at the steakhouse the first night. Embarkation day, you get on board. I think reservations start at 5:30 and go until like 9 or 9:30 p.m. But if you go the first night at the steakhouse, you can tell them you want red or white wine, and it is free. Jay's tried it, peanut butter. I don't know why I never thought to ask for it, but I love peanut butter and chocolate. So I'm going to ask for peanut butter, and I'm going to eat some peanut butter and chocolate. Latoria, we are talking carnival. We've hit a lot of different topics, but somehow we got off on food, and it may be because it's almost 7 p.m. My time, and I haven't ate yet, but now we're talking about food. Let me give you this advice too. In the main dining room, if you've never ordered it, every single night you can order it's an old-fashioned banana split. If you have not tried it, you like banana splits. I mean, it is as old-fashioned as it gets, in the fact that I think it's 2 bananas and they split them, they cut them long ways, and it is a scoop of chocolate, a scoop of strawberry, a scoop of vanilla, ice cream, and it is whipped cream and a cherry. Literally, it is as old-fashioned as it gets, but it's on the kids menu, the child's menu, which a lot of times we don't look at. We have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old that have never cruised. They are soon, but you can order an old-fashioned banana split any night, and it is so good. Jay, it's a spiritual experience, the peanut butter. I can only imagine. I'm excited. And Trent's had it too. I don't know where I've been on missing out on the peanut butter, or why I didn't think about it. You know, you can ask for about anything you want and they will bring it to you, but I just never thought about it. Mardi Gras is October 30th. We're going to Halloween. Oh my goodness. We have not cruised Halloween week. My brother has. They said it was a blast. That literally, I mean, bring a costume and wear it, because literally people will wear their costumes, and that would be so much fun. I think they have a big party there then too. Mardi Gras October 30th. Going to ask for peanut butter, absolutely. And yes, get the banana split. I'm telling you, especially if you're like me, you go kind of heavy on the appetizers, you go heavy on the entrees, and you want dessert, because who doesn't like dessert? But you're full, you're stuffed. The banana split is a little bit lighter. And Katie, yes. Katie, I saw your comment the other day, I believe. I can't remember if it was on Facebook or YouTube. We are in near Conway. We are near Conway, Central Arkansas. We know where Fort Smith is. We go to Fort Smith several times a year. We have a lot of friends in Fort Smith. But we are near Conway, so a couple hours away. Bitter and Blanc. My favorite dessert, and Amanda doesn't understand it, the first formal night of the cruise. I think it's the first formal night. I think it is. Creme brulee. Creme brulee, I think it's, yes, it is. It is. Because it's lobster tail and shrimp and creme brulee. If you haven't had it, get it. It's worth it. It's great, although Amanda doesn't like it. Oh, congrats on 30 years. 30 years, October 2022. Halloween would be fun. That's a bucket list. Amanda being a teacher, it makes it so tough to cruise, those months of, February. We get 1 week in March. We can't in April. We can't in October. But I've always wanted to. The theme dress-up nights, Drew, they've had an 80s white night in the past. I'm not sure. So you're going in August, the end of August. Maybe they'll be back. I heard in July they're not going to do the dress-up nights and the parties inside. Instead, they're going to do deck parties, which they already have deck parties. But I think they're going to replace the electric white night, which is, of course, wear all white. And then there is I think an 80s dance and glow, like an 80s night. You dress up like the 80s. But I think they're going to skip those in July, but hopefully by near the end of August, hopefully they'll be back. Yep. Go Bears. Amanda and I, our undergrad is both from UCA, University of Central Arkansas, home of NBA Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen. Exactly. For Amanda, it's a texture thing. She's a texture person. Yep. Mike, that makes sense. You can set with strangers. I've done that before. Isn't that interesting? You set with strangers, and sometimes it's an awesome conversation. And I've sat with people before who thought they were going to set by themselves or something, and sometimes it's not so good. But most of the time, it's good. Let's see. Panama Canal. Oh my gosh. That would be awesome. We have not done that one yet. We've looked at it a couple of times. I always want to do the Panama Canal in 14 days on a cruise ship anyway. I mean, how awesome would that be? Teacher meetup. We are, and Katie, we've talked about our schedule a little bit earlier. It has been absolutely crazy. We've waited for some exemptions from Carnival for our kids. Our kids have never cruised. We have booked cruises with our family, with our 5-year-old and our 2-year-old for the first time. And of course, it's during this time, and we have not received exemption letters yet. So we may be canceled on some of those earlier cruises in July 3rd on the Vista, and even some on the Breeze, July 15th. And we've moved to the Vista July 24th is now what we're doing, because we can for sure go on that one. We've been notified. And that one is Amanda and I. So we may be on the Breeze the 19th if we get the exemption letter. Amanda teaches 4th grade. It was literacy for the last several years, but she is a math person and the math teacher for 4th grade, retired. And so teachers, you know how that goes. If you want that position, you better go for it, because someone else will if you don't, and it may not come open for 20 years. So she's now going to teach math. She's a math person too, so she's going to love that. 6th grade ELA. That is cool. That takes skill, talent, patience. Rodney, we've been to Aruba. I think we went on a Jolly Pirates excursion, and it's like a catamaran or a sailboat. It's been so many years ago. I need to look at it, but we really enjoyed it. It was Aruba. One thing about Aruba and Curacao is that if you do that itinerary, you stay late into the evening one night because the islands are so close, Aruba and Curacao. And so I think in Aruba we stayed till like 10 p.m. and so it was neat to explore the city at night, and you walk back to the ship at night and the ship is lit up, and so it's really, really cool to stay there. But sometimes I stay late in Curacao as well. I haven't tried the chocolate brioche bread and pudding. We need to try that. Cream brulee, another fan. Yes, cream brulee. And I've heard that, Latoria, that if there's something you want to ask, and that many times, as long as you have time to wait, you're not in a hurry, that they will do the best that they can to make it for you. Unless it's something maybe, it's meat that's kept in the freezer or something. But I remember one time, Amanda and I love seafood. We love shrimp. And toward the end of our cruise one night, we ordered shrimp cocktail every night for appetizer. If there was shrimp on the entree or seafood, we ordered it. And I remember toward one of the last nights, our wait staff team, they realized how much we love seafood and literally brought out, it was not on the menu that night, but they brought out all kinds of grilled shrimp and even had lobster tails. Of course, we had it earlier in the week with the formal night, but they brought out just a whole plate full of stuff. I mean, it was unreal. It was one of the best dinners and surprises. But yeah, if it's not on the menu, ask. All they can say is no, we can't make that. Okay, it is 7 p.m. and it's going to be time to eat. A couple of things. Number one, thank you for supporting us. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It will mean the world to us. You'll be notified. Click the bell. You'll be notified when we upload content. Thank you for being patient with us. We had audio issues. This nice microphone that I thought would do great did not do so well. We switched it, and we have all kinds of stuff planned. We're trying to get this thing off the ground. We are 5 weeks old. And we're trying to get off the ground. So more content is coming your way as far as videos, just like you are accustomed to. And we are going to go live at least once a week, if not twice a week. And as we get into, we will have different segments that you will see every week. We're going to give stuff away. We're going to play trivia. I mean, there's going to be all sorts of things. But we needed tonight to get started, to meet each other, to test our tech setup. And I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed getting to discuss what we love, cruising. And it's all about island time. We've been on here an hour and a half, and we have been on an island away from what's going on with work and problems and stressors in our life. That's what island time is all about. Thank all of you for being here tonight, for being interactive. I hope you got something from it. I did. Okay, so I'm going to leave, and I'm about to go. I might go to Sonic. I've already been once today, but I might go to Sonic just for Rodney and have a chili dog, a foot-long coney, and order another Coca-Cola. You guys have a great night. We will put out a video tomorrow, and we will go live again very soon. We will let you know, okay? Thank you for being a part of this community in Island Time. I call us Islanders. We are Islanders. That's what we enjoy. That's what we enjoy doing. So have a great night. We will talk to you very, very soon, okay? Good night, everybody.